Good one tonight, man. A lot of fun fights tonight, man. You know, a night like tonight, did you go give a pep talk or something? Or why do we end up with these nights like this?
Did I get the what?
Did you give a pep talk to everybody?
No pep. I mean, come on, man. Every Tuesday, the fights are incredible, man. Tonight was no different. I mean, these kids came in and fought their hearts out. And again, like I say to you guys every Tuesday, unbelievable matchmaking. Some of these fights had fights that have fallen out and had to have replacement fights, and still, the matchmaking is unbelievable. And these kids show up and they fight hard.
You speak about matchmaking. I know you've been complimentary. I did want to ask you one weird one. James Barnes was on the first fight of the night. He lost, but he was 39 coming in. Had he won, would you have given him a serious look, or is that kind of too old to be competing?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, when you come in and you beat a 7-1 favorite, it would be hard for me not to seriously consider him. The guy came in and fought hard and he won against a 7-1 favorite. It would be hard not to say no. And you got to understand, some of these guys, like I'm talking about, what's his name, 30 years old, and this might be his last shot at getting in and doing something. So you can imagine at 39, yeah.
Armen Petrosyan, was he the one that impressed you the most tonight?
100%.
I mean, obviously that finish was amazing.
Incredible. I loved that fight. He was, the guy he fought 10-0, undefeated. He's getting smashed with the wrestling. The guy was doing whatever he wanted to him. As soon as he got back up, you could tell that Kaloyan didn't want to stay standing. He wanted to get that thing to the ground as quick as he could. Armen put it together and finished him in spectacular fashion. I mean, that's going to be one of the ESPN top 10 tomorrow. There's no way it's not. Unbelievable, especially the way the fight was going.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Kyle, obviously coming back 3 weeks later, winning. I guess what you thought, I mean, coming in, did you think, like, I bet we're going to see something special tonight? Or the first time, did you think, this guy's...
I'm going to tell you what I saw from him tonight. He looked a lot more serious. He wasn't... The first time he came in, he was acting like he was at Disneyland. And I get it. He's excited to be here, and he pulled out a win. He didn't blow my doors off with his performance last time, but he won. We asked him to come back 3 weeks later so we could take a look at him. He seemed a lot more serious tonight. He was obviously pissed off. He said to me tonight, "I'm sorry about the things that I said," or whatever. I said, "I didn't even see what you said, and it doesn't matter. It's all part of the process, kid. It's all good." So he came in tonight, was pissed off, and a lot more serious. And that's what I'm looking for.
I was going to ask, when they come over and they start yelling at you, I mean, is that do you like the fire? Are you like, "Hey, man, I'm about to be your boss here. Settle down"?
I love this shit. I tell you guys every week, too, we're in the mean business. Mean things are said. People's lives and livelihood and dreams and everything's on the line here, And I'm the guy that says yes or no. So people are going to be mad at me. People are going to be upset with me. People are going to be emotional with me. It's all part of the process. I love everything about all this shit. So fire away. I love it.
The last two fights of the night, the women and, of course, the welterweights in the main event, both of them spectacular fights. Any consideration at all giving the losers? I know we've only done it once, but both those, I think, really impressed tonight in defeat.
I mean, I could go on for 15 minutes about that fight alone. That was high-level women's MMA. It was unbelievable. Machado had unbelievable speed in her hands, a great chin, unbelievable takedown defense. She was gritty and tough and started putting pressure on Rodriguez. It was such an awesome fight. I went back. She was crying in the back, getting her medicals done, and I told her, "Leave your phone on. Keep your phone on and keep it close, because I guarantee you these guys are going to be calling you." Anybody falls out of a fight at 115 pounds, I could absolutely positively see her getting the call. She's awesome. I loved everything about her tonight. And when you see a great fight, it takes two to make a great fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Last things I want to ask you, Dana, we saw the news today about the memo you guys had to send out to international fighters about travel restrictions that are coming up. How much of a wrench are you expecting this to throw into plans? Because it seems like it could be problematic to holding events here in the United States.
Yeah, I've been telling you guys through this whole thing, you're like, "Hey, what about this? What about that? And what about..." I said, I have no idea how all this nuttiness is going to play out, but here we go. That we're going to, I don't know. I think Fight Island is going to be hopping again.
Yeah, I was going to ask me. It does seem like does that seem like now you'll lean more on Abu Dhabi to hold more events?
Yeah, well, we're looking to do more events with. I'm going to Abu Dhabi next Wednesday, so I have a lot of meetings out there, and I've been dying to walk you guys through what's going on in Abu Dhabi anyway. So this trip, I'll get everything done, buttoned up, and finished, and I can come back and walk you guys through it.
Nice. Last thing.
Hopefully, New York, I can announce to you guys what's going on with Abu Dhabi.
Awesome. Last thing for me, I did want to ask about Conor McGregor's latest incident. Obviously, there haven't been any legal charges, I don't think, that we've seen. But what are you aware of the situation, and what do you think when you see these things? I think people are just saying, why does he keep getting involved in these situations?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit today in matchmaking. I don't know enough about it. I honestly don't even know enough about it to comment on it. Obviously I've seen what you guys have probably seen more than me, actually, to be honest with you. I haven't talked to Conor, so I don't know what the truth is. I don't know exactly what happened so to comment on it, I really can't.
Yeah, going back to tonight, sometimes there are weeks where you give a contract and it's kind of a last-minute decision and you're sort of umming and ahhing about it. Is it cool to have a night where every contract is not just a guarantee, but one that you're looking forward to seeing fight? All these guys are amazing tonight.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, who isn't excited to see Arman fight again? I mean, that's going to be awesome. Rodriguez, and obviously, I'm excited to see what Johnny Parsons can do. Guy's 30 years old. He dogged his way through the Contender Series, and I'm sure he'll be fun to watch in his first UFC fight.
Out of curiosity, how did you score the main event? It was a split decision. Did you have it going Johnny's way?
I had Parsons winning the fight. I saw the punch stats after. Didn't feel that way when you were watching the fight. Obviously, I gave the first round to Solomon. I gave the second round to Johnny, and then I thought Johnny won the third round.
With guys like Arman, you don't want to get too carried away, right? But there's some guys just have a level of skill that you can see from a mile away, and this guy's clearly talented. Where can you see him entering in the 205-pound division? Do you start him off slow, or do you put him up right against?
Who did you say?
Arman, second fight.
Yeah, that's a good question. He went in against a guy who was obviously a nasty wrestler, wanted to wrestle that thing. He weathered the storm on the ground, got back up to his feet, and as soon as there was any amount of space, holy shit. I mean, he just started firing away, and everything was like a sniper. And, he's fun to watch. Another guy that's 30 years old. So, I'd like to get him in as soon as we can and get him, as long as he's healthy and see what this kid can do.
Thank you.
Dana, just one question. Just thinking about it, like, if I was a matchmaker from another event and I watched the show tonight, I would hire 3, 4, maybe 5 fighters. Do we have any deal with the losers that to keep them for UFC, or like?
What you're saying is absolutely correct. But when you watch these other shows don't really do what we do. They're not really looking for young up-and-coming talent or whatever. A lot of these shows are looking for guys that we release. You know what I mean? It's just their style of matchmaking makes no sense to me. What you're saying makes absolute sense, right? But nobody else can figure that out. And thank God. Fuck them.
But I mean, every week you bring 10 guys and put them on ESPN, and now you're saying that maybe they're going to change their mind. So
you know what the problem is, sir? You make way too much sense. You absolutely make sense. You're not wrong. You're absolutely right. But it's one of the baffling parts about watching these other guys flop around and do what they do. I don't know what to tell you.
Dana, you mentioned about Machado, but what about Salomon? I mean, he also did had a great fight against Parsons. Did you talk to him like on the same?
I did. The thing is with Solomon is this kid is 24 years old. He's got nothing but time. Obviously, fighting a tough, durable guy like Parsons in the fight that he fought tonight. You know, he'll learn from this. He'll grow, and he's got time. You know, this kid's got another 3 years before he's even in his prime.
Just lastly, one thing that happened last Saturday. What do you think? What's your take on Lupi Godinez? She had the record. Did you saw her performance on the back-to-back Saturdays?
What's the question? Yeah. Yeah, you know me. I love people that turn around and keep fighting and stay active and stay on the top of people's minds and accomplish. I mean, the best one that I can even compare to Hamzat Chimaev. Look at how fast he blew up and you know what a huge star. His social media, all that stuff. It's never a bad idea to stay active. And if you get the opportunity to fight again and you're healthy, you should take every advantage you can get from fighting as much as possible. It's the smart thing to do. But yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. See you Saturday.